Picture this. Your toddler is screaming on the grocery store floor, or your teenager just slammed their bedroom door. Your chest tightens. You've read the blogs, you've memorized the gentle parenting rules. Never let them cry, stay perfectly calm, and absorb every ounce of their stress. But standing there, listening to the screaming, you realize these rigid instructions are failing you. In that moment of panic, our instinct is to neutralize the threat. We try to fix the problem, wave a distraction in their face, or demand they stop crying. We react out of our own anxiety. Treating parenting like a stress prevention checklist actually backfires. By obsessing over a rigid set of rules, we fuel our own anxiety, leaving us completely unequipped to help our kids navigate their inevitable emotional storms. Modern attachment parenting is often confused with the actual science of attachment theory. Attachment parenting is a branded methodology with specific rules, like mandatory co-sleeping. Attachment theory is an entire discipline of developmental psychology. These hypervigilant modern methodologies were born as a reaction against older school parenting styles. Decades ago, discipline was paramount, but emotional attunement was practically non-existent. Swinging the pendulum to the other extreme created a new problem. Strict adherence to practices like baby wearing or bed sharing creates a false binary, where you are either performing the good parent role or you are failing. When those practices don't yield a perfectly happy child, parents face massive burnout. Secure attachment functions as a dynamic biological process, a continuous loop of observing your child and responding to what you see. To understand what a meltdown actually is, we have to look inside a child's head. Psychiatrist Dr. Dan Siegel coined a term for this state. He calls it flipping your lid. Our brains have two main areas. The downstairs brain houses raw emotion, and under stress, it takes complete control. The upstairs brain is where logical thought lives. When a child's lid flips, this logic center physically disconnects. They lose access to reason. Because logic is biologically offline, trying to negotiate, argue, or reason with a dysregulated child is completely useless. You are trying to talk to a part of the brain that is currently closed for business. Before a child can process a lesson or understand a boundary, their primal nervous system requires proof of safety. They need physical and emotional comfort before they can regulate. In the 1950s, Harry Harlow tested infant monkeys with two surrogates, a cold wire mother providing milk and a soft cloth mother providing nothing. When stressed, the infants overwhelmingly chose the soft cloth mother. We are biologically hardwired to crave closeness and warmth over almost anything else. Translating this primal need to a modern living room means dropping to your child's physical level. You have to project a calm nervous system to signal to their brain that the environment is safe. You cannot logic your way out of a nervous system explosion. Your own regulated presence is the only tool powerful enough to bridge the gap and start calming their storm. The first active step of repair is physical connection. A gentle touch on the shoulder or simply sitting nearby activates the soothing right side of the child's brain. Then you use a strategy called name it to tame it. By providing the vocabulary for that emotion, you engage the child's logical left hemisphere. This begins the process of reconnecting the brain. You vocalize the specific emotion displayed without offering judgment or correcting them. You say, "I can see you're really angry right now." Validating an emotion does not mean you agree with a bad behavior. It simply means you are recognizing the child's reality, giving them a safe pathway to exit the meltdown. Moving past acute crisis management requires building a daily foundation of trust, governed by 4 specific relations. Third, the child must be soothed during times of distress, guided back to a calm state rather than escalated. When these 3 needs are consistently met, it creates an environment that is entirely secure. Secure parenting rests on the predictable cycle of making mistakes, repairing the resulting emotional rift, and learning from the experience together. Attachment provides the launchpad for independence, allowing a child to use their parent as a safe base while they head out to explore the world. Many modern methodologies treat parenting like a pillow. The parent tries to absorb all the impact, remove every obstacle, and eliminate all frustration so the child never feels discomfort. Attachment theory is more like a trampoline.
You provide kind, firm boundaries. The child can safely push against those boundaries, feel the resistance, and use that tension to launch from. True, secure attachment gives children the resilience to launch into the world, grounded by the absolute certainty that they always have a safe place to land.